The small town on the outskirts of Provence was strangely quiet. The sun fell like honey on the ancient cobblestone streets, the birds chirped in the lavender-scented air. At a roadside cafe, under a purple trellis, 2 glasses of red wine clinked together. Sam Heughan sat across from Katrina Balfe, his eyes shining with a gentle smile. "Do you know," he said, "this is where I wrote my first letter to you. Not a love letter, just a thank you for always listening." Katrina smiled softly, tilted her head. "I remember. I still have it. Number need for many words. Just eyes, gestures, and an atmosphere filled with familiarity. Passers-by might not recognize them as big stars, but everyone realized one thing: these are 2 inseparable souls." Since the early days on the set of Outlander, their relationship has always been a beautiful mystery. No scandals, no public announcements, no gimmicks. Just a quiet but strong bond that grew deeper over time. "We're not just co-stars," Cait once shared in an interview. "We're witnesses to each other's growth." They cried together over a heartbreaking scene. They hugged each other for a long time after a tiring shoot. They quietly shared their personal pains without saying anything. Those things weren't in the script, but they were the most authentic part of their story. One night, they sat together in a small house in Scotland, with only the flickering fire and the wind outside the window. Sam poured Cait a glass of whiskey from a bottle he'd kept for years. Neither of them spoke for a few minutes, just listening to each other's presence. "Cait," Sam said softly, "if one day you want to disappear from this world for a while, call me first." "Because I want to disappear with you." She smiled, a soft, breathy smile. "I never thought I could rely on anyone for so long." The memory was not captured on film, but it lived on in their hearts, and through their eyes. The audience felt it every time they appeared together. Their work took them all over the world: England, France, America, South Africa. But wherever they were, thousands of miles apart, Sam and Cait always had an unwritten rule: not to let the other feel alone. When Cait had her birthday in New York, Sam flew over without warning, just to give her a bouquet of dried lavender, her favorite. When Sam received an award in Los Angeles, Cait appeared in the audience, not on the red carpet, not attracting attention, just sitting there, smiling proudly. The affection was unpretentious, but more powerful than any words. When the final season of Outlander began filming, everyone was emotional. The crew has been like a family for nearly a decade, but amid it all, Sam and Cait remain at the center of all the emotions. In a tearful, silent farewell scene between Claire and Jamie, the director stopped filming to give them time to recover emotionally. But Sam just hugged Cait for a long time after the scene, whispering in her ear, "This isn't the end. We're just writing the next chapter," and Cait, her eyes red, just nodded, as if she knew it all along. They never publicly fell in love, but that doesn't seem to matter. To fans, to friends and colleagues, and to them, the connection between Sam and Cait transcends all definitions. It's the kind of affection that can make a photo of their hands accidentally touching become a viral topic. That's why every time they stand next to each other on the red carpet, the audience's eyes are drawn to the space between them, where all emotions are silent but intense. They say that there are relationships that don't need a name, don't need an explanation, don't need to be verified, because its very existence, through time, through challenges, through the simplest moments, is the most eloquent proof. Sam and Cait are like that, inseparable, undefinable, and every time they smile at each other, the whole world seems to soften. It's been almost a year since Outlander ended. Sam Heughan is shooting an action movie in Iceland, and Katrina Balfe is busy with indie projects in Europe. They still keep in touch, texting, calling occasionally to check in, but they spend less time together now. Early one morning in April, with snow still covering the mountainsides, Sam's phone rings. On the other end is a director who worked with them on a small indie project in Prague. Sam, he says, his voice full of excitement, I have a script. You're the main character. And I want Cait to be the other. Sam's heart skips a beat. Cait, he asks, but a smile is already on his lips. I sent her the script. She said she'd read it. I think this is an opportunity for the two of you to tell another story, outside of Outlander. The film is called Linger, a deep psychological story about two strangers who meet in an Italian seaside town after great losses in their lives. There are no old-fashioned romantic scenes, no classic dresses or campfires. Just two people, naked with pain, trying to heal each other. Katrina reads the script late one night, when Louis is asleep. She can't take her eyes off the pages. Every line reminds her of things she and Sam have never said. She picks up the phone to call him immediately. Have you accepted? She asks. I'm waiting for you, Sam replies softly. The first scene takes place in a small house on the Amalfi Coast. Sam plays a man who has lost his wife, and Cait is a painter who has lost herself after the incident. When the camera starts rolling, the director doesn't call action. He just says, just take a walk. Talk honestly. Sam and Cait walked slowly along the pebble beach. No script, no artificial light. Just the sound of the waves and the golden sunlight. They looked at each other, and it was as if all the distance of the past year had melted away. I thought I could forget you, Sam said, his eyes never leaving hers. I thought so too, Cait replied, absent-mindedly clutching the hem of his shirt. The scene remained intact in the final cut. It wasn't acting, it was a real moment. When the first image from the set was posted, social media exploded. Sam, wearing a white shirt, her hair messy, was holding Cait in her arms during a scene of heavy rain. She smiled, leaning her head on his shoulder, her eyes unable to hide her happiness. The hashtag #SamCait is back went straight to the top of the trending list. Their biggest fan page shared. We've never seen that look from Sam, except when we're looking at Cait. The press began to speculate. Is this just an artistic reunion? Or is the old love never gone? Both Sam and Cait kept quiet. They let the audience feel it for themselves, as they had. Every day on set, Sam brought Cait coffee, the kind she liked, strong espresso, no sugar. Cait often drew small sketches, which she placed in Sam's break room. One time, she drew him sitting by the sea, with a distant look. Below the sketch was a small line, "You never left." Number one on the crew didn't realize there was something between them that was beyond definition. A kind of love that couldn't be named. On the day of Linger's premiere, the two appeared hand in hand on the red carpet in Venice. No fanfare, no frills. Sam wore a black tuxedo, Cait in a simple white silk dress. But the look they exchanged was what made the thousands of fans waiting outside burst into tears. During the Q&A after the screening, an audience member asked, "Your roles are so real. Is it because you're in love?" Sam smiled, looking at Cait. She smiled, then looked down, nodding silently. No one in the audience could breathe for a few seconds. Sam then took the microphone. "We love this role. And if there's anything real, it's probably because we've never stopped caring about each other." That night, they sat on the balcony of the hotel, looking down at the city lights. Sam took off his shoes, slung his legs over the railing. Cait leaned her head on his shoulder. "I think it's time to stop hiding," she whispered. Sam just squeezed her hand lightly. "I never wanted to hide it. I just waited for you to be ready." A light breeze blew, carrying the smell of salt and the sound of a guitar in the distance. It was as if the universe had arranged for them to find each other again, at the right time, in the right place, with the right person.